Welcome back. Well, we just revealed the high school volleyball players of the year for South Dakota, and now to chat a little more on that, our very own Jason Andera is joined by the Adrenaline Fundraising Player of the Year organizer, Darren Tipton. Jandy?
Thanks, Kelly. Joined by Darren Tipton, who's helped me all season long cover high school volleyball in South Dakota. And Darren, we get to culminate the year with your Players of the Year. First of all, tell me about the process that goes into choosing these Players of the Year.
Well, so before the season started, we sent an email out to all the South Dakota volleyball coaches to go along with our coaches poll, and we asked for their top 3 nominations for top players in each class preseason. Kind of made a watch list for all the coaches in the state to watch. Then at the midseason point, which we talked about, the coaches voted again, updated that list, and they had added some new names and kind of judged their performance from the start of the year to the midseason point. And then from there, they updated the watch list again, and then they voted at the end of the postseason.
It's just really cool that you put this together, and we're happy to be sharing this list with all of you. And there's a lot more than just the winners that we announced. We've got a great list of players. Let's talk about the AA, the final list that came out, and some of these great players as well.
Well, and we talked about, Jason, throughout the year, it's probably the tightest class, the most parity in this class. And again, some of the names that stuck on the list all year: Riley Boyd, Sioux Falls Roosevelt, senior leader on the inexperienced team. They lost all that talent from last year. She was their senior leader, coming off the state runner-up last year. Division I volleyball player. Great career for Roosevelt and Riley Boyd. Also, Mac Miller from Mitchell, that junior-laden team, one of the top players, and a very talented, junior team for Mitchell. Disappointing, state tournament, but a great regular season runner-up in the state. The ESD, she was on the list, and then Peyton Burkhart, all-around great athlete for Aberdeen Central, and just carried the Golden Eagles throughout the year. On the volleyball court, again, maybe the best athlete in Class AA. Also got a lot of votes for her volleyball talent and the season she had for the Golden Eagles.
And the winner of this cream of the crop of AA was the setter from the back-to-back champions, Avery Thorson. Talk about Avery a little bit.
Yeah, Avery, first of all, we talk about Avery, you have to talk about leadership. Coach Costain talked about, since she arrived in the program 4 years ago, she's been a leader on and off the court. And you saw that throughout the state tournament, the way, even during timeouts, she was the one that gathered the team. She was the one that talked to her teammates, such a calming force, such a positive, player on and off the court, which I love to hear. You love watching kids like that positive attitude, and you could tell her teammates really fed off her. But 4-year starter, first 4-year player for Harrisburg, first player in school history to play in 4 state tournaments.
She took awards home every single year of her 4-year career.
Yeah, she did, and really was, probably a little bit more unsung last year with their, the seniors they had on the team last year, but has been a solid player, and going to Augustana next year. She's going to stay close to home, which the Harrisburg folks are excited about. And Avery was decided to make her, donation to her charity is actually going to Zach Selcher Foundation, which is one of her brother's close friends, a former Harrisburg student, unfortunately battling cancer right now, and Avery decided to make her pledge and the money to go towards helping him in his fight to cancer, and just tells you about a little bit about Avery, always trying to help other people out. So great kid, great career, excited to watch her going forward in the future.
Yeah, that's another cool part of this award is that they get to make a donation
right
in the name of a charity, and that's what Avery chose.
Yeah, that's the one she chose, and like we had talked about, throughout the year, we wanted to make that a little bit something different than just every other award out there, and so we'll make a donation to each of the Player of the Years to the charity of their choice. We'll talk about that a little bit, and the choices they made really talk about each of the 3 individuals as people as well. So
excellent. Let's hear from Avery Thorson. I caught up with her the other day to talk about the season and how the Harrisburg Tigers went back-to-back.
We definitely knew that we had to come in every game ready to play no matter what, but I think the season was just as fun as last year playing with all the seniors, and I think we all had a lot of fun. It's very humbling, but I have to give a lot of the credit to my teammates just because I really couldn't have done it without my great passes like Rachel Nelson, Madison Wassink, Brooklyn Bolwick, and then like my awesome hitters in the front, Megan Kroll, Carly Fixie, Madison, Boston, Ashley Kane.
Well, I've been blessed to have Avery for 4 years, and you wouldn't know that she wasn't a senior when she played her freshman year, because she stepped on the court and she just has that presence about her that she commands the game. She is one of the best players I've ever had. She's level-headed, maybe even more than I at times. Avery knows the game, loves the game, and plays the game to the best of her ability every time she steps on the court, whether it's practice or games.
Congratulations on being the AA Player of the Year, and now it's time to move to Class A. We know the winner is Ellie Voss. Let's talk about the rest of the contenders in Class A, Darren.
Yeah, some of the names, we talked about Class A all year being a senior-dominated class, very experienced class this year. Olivia Rude from Madison, state runner-up last year, was senior leaders for a great Madison club, third place this year, so capping off a great career. Sierra Ward from Belle Fourche was a name that, actually wasn't on the preseason watch list and kind of went unheard of. Playing in Belle Fourche, got nominated mid-season, more and more attention at a great state tournament, and I thought it was awesome that Belle making it, the entire state being able to see her and helped her get some more votes, and just really solid volleyball player. Yeah, and great for her to cap it off that way at state, and great showing for Belle Fourche there. But Katie Fernholz, talked about her, probably a top underclassman in the state of South Dakota. Katie, at the midseason point was actually, her and Meredith Lammers kind of went neck and neck all year in the voting, at least in the coaches' eyes. Katie, a sophomore from Miller, those guys making it back to the state tournament again this year, and definitely a name to watch in the next couple of years, and exciting future ahead for her. And then Meredith Lammers, we talked about the Lammers twins all year, but Meredith with the runner-up in Class A, Dakota Valley State champs last year, state runner-up this year, battling with Sioux Falls Christian, definitely that front row presence. For the Panthers, and great career for her. So just a loaded senior class this year in Class A, and some very talented athletes, which I guess all of these ladies are. We wouldn't be talking about them. So.
You're right, just a loaded field in Class A, but for one player to really stand above competition like that says a lot about Ellie Voss. Talk about Ellie.
Yeah, Ellie Voss, just somebody who can totally take over a game. Front row for Sioux Falls Christian, career for 4 state tournaments, 3-time state champion. The program's on just a tremendous run. 3-time All-Stater as well. She's going to be attending California Baptist next year, which is actually making the transition to Division I. She'll be playing Division I volleyball next season. But her charity of her choice was the Children's Home Society, and I just loved what Coach Wass had said about Ellie and the transformation and the type of person she is on and off the volleyball court, such a positive influence in the way she plays. Somebody that I think Coach had said that somebody who can just totally dominate the game from the front row. I think she's shown that throughout her career, but so much more beneath the surface. She is just so much more than a great volleyball player, a great person, and again, her charity of her choice, the Children's Home Society. So such a deserving young individual for the Class A Player of the Year.
Yeah, her character really shined through. We talked to Ellie yesterday, and here's what she had to say about her spectacular season.
Yeah, it was really exciting, and it's like super surreal. Like, it doesn't even feel like it happened. Like, to come off from getting 5th place that last year and getting 1st place this year, it's like super fun. And we knew that like from the beginning of the season we were going to have to work extra hard, like coming off last year, if we wanted to win the state championship, and being able to carry that out was especially like super fun. I mean, honestly, it's not me, it's kind of more my team. Like, we have to pass well, we have to serve well, I mean, we have to set well, like to get everything to me because I'm a hitter. So when they're playing well, that causes me to play well. And I think really like in the championship and in the total tournament, that came out as my team was playing really well, so that allows me to play well.
Great to hear from Ellie Voss, and another championship to add to her total. And now it's time to move to Class B, and all season long we were talking about Northwestern was very good. Peyton Groff gets the award in this class, but again, a lot of great players to talk about in Class B.
Yeah, a little bit of a mix, with Class B and, some of the names, Jaren Christensen from Arlington, didn't make the state tournament, got be a little bit early in postseason play, but she came on again, another name that was nominated at the midway point this season. A lot of respect from the coaches. She's coming back next year, so one of the top underclassmen to watch. Hannah Reep and Chester, get to watch her in the state tournament. Just solid all-around player, and I think Coach Benson had said that all year about her, just how well she sets up their offense with her defense. A solid all-around player.
And both of those liberos that just get to so many balls.
Yes, and Hannah, exciting career coming back. Coming from that volleyball family, and got to display her talents in the state tournament. Great showing again by Chester in Class B tournament, and then Peyton Ellingson from Warner. And we kind of talked about the two front runners all year were Peyton and Peyton. Groff and Ellingson, Warner, Northwestern, that whole thing. We got to see it all play out. It was great. And Peyton Ellingson going to Northern State next year to continue her volleyball career, battled injuries, coming back from injuries last year. Just a great senior season and a great state tournament for her.
And the winner, Peyton Groff, and she's got a kind of a special charity near and dear to her heart.
She was actually born with a hole in their heart, and so the first few years of her life, they were in and out of surgeries, in and out of hospitals. Children's Miracle Network helped transportation with rooms, gave them so much support. So for Peyton, really an honor for her to give back to Children's Miracle Network, which did so much for them early on and helped to allow her to go on to great things academically and athletically. And we just talked about her early in the season, a four-sport athlete. We talked about her running cross country, come and play in a volleyball match that night. And this is what was neat for me, is to get to know some of these kids on a different level. And talking with Coach Groff, she had said, I think the troubles and adversity she overcame early on in life just made her such a fighter. And that really showed by just how hard she works. So what a great story.
Terrific player, terrific person. I had a chance to talk with her the other day, and here's what Peyton Groff had to say about her spectacular senior season.
When I started out as an 8th grader, I didn't really think I would be, player of the year or anything. I just wanted to play, and still now it just doesn't really feel like that. It's just something that I've been given, and I'm just really grateful for the experience.
So there's Peyton Groff. Our 3 winners happen to be 3 champions on the court, and great that they can get give a little extra back through your award, Darren.
Yeah, like we said, the whole intent and purpose of it was to make it something different than all the other awards out there, and we always try to be about giving back, and for these kids to learn about that and be appreciative and give to others was really something special, and I think they appreciated it, and something we hope to continue to do, and just our own little wrinkle on things, I guess.
Well, I appreciate all your help throughout the season and bringing this award to life. And that's all we've got for the volleyball season this year. A lot more volleyball to talk about over the next few months, but we'll get to that later with you, Darren.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, and thanks for what you guys have done for volleyball this year. Appreciate it.
You bet.
All right, thanks, guys. Coming up after the break, we switch gears to the gridiron. It's SDSU Coach Talk with Tom Neiman and John Stiegelmeier. You're watching Midco Sports Tonight.